According to the 2022 primary leaving examination results that were released by Exams Body UNEB on Friday, 263 deaf candidates wrote their exams, and of these, none scored a first division, 50 garnered a second division, 51 garnered a third division, 56 managed at Division 4, while 116 went ungraded.
Mama, it appears that those that have hearing impairments, the deaf, seem to find it a little hard to handle. The teaching learning process seems to be a bit harder for them because we don't see anyone of them getting a Division 1.
Put in context, Ntinda School for the Deaf registered 26 pupils for these exams, and according to the head teacher Juliet Tumuhairwe, they didn't perform very well.
The same to this year, we did not get Division 1, but we got Division 2, 3 and 4.
Tumuhairwe has pointed out some of the challenges that hindered her candidates from performing very well.
In language is English, but when we go grammatically, it can't be the real grammar. So we simply sign me, go, Kampala. And you remember when you keep practicing it even in writing, that's what the child may write.
It is this state of affairs that now concerns the Ugandan National Association for the Deaf.
That our community has increasingly failed exams year in and year out, and the recent release shows that none of our deaf students have scored a Division 1.
Nkwangu points out that in comparison to the deaf learners, their counterparts who are impaired in other ways fare much better. The poor performance of deaf learners has been blamed on government's failure to declare sign language as an official language that should be learnt from birth.
That if deaf children begin signing at an early age as the first language, and then they're introduced to English at later stage, it will be easier for them to understand and master because they will have mastered the natural language.
Coupled with the failure to instruct more teachers in sign language in teacher training institutions.
We are limited to sign language teachers in schools. I remember in my primary, I only had one teacher who was fluent in sign language. Imagine from P1 to P7, the entire school having one teacher fluent in sign language.
They also point to the absence of the necessary teaching materials for deaf learners in schools. If these issues are addressed, UNAD is confident that the performance of deaf learners will improve significantly.
We are equal just like any other students. We don't need any special attention, but we need an avenue that brings us in an equitable platform with the other students.
But it's not the end of the road for the deaf candidates who didn't perform well. The Uganda Society for the Deaf Vocational Training Center offers vocational studies for deaf learners who are unable to continue in the formal education system.
Receive students from primary 7 and also secondary level, senior 4. But when training comes, we separated.
The 3-year course is also assessed, and the learners are awarded a certificate which can help them gain employment.
They will receive craftsman certificate, the first craftsman certificate. And those that have completed the senior 4, but they opted also to come and join us. Instead of taking 3 years, they take 2 years.
Joyce Nakato, NTV Tonight.